meeting of the Plain Township Board of Trustees to order. Will everybody stand and join us in saying the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everyone. First order of business, the agenda is before us. Is there any additions or deletions by fellow board members or staff?
Under trustees, I'm just going to put SCLRC.
SCLRC?
Yeah.
Trustees. Any other changes? Hearing none, the agenda will stand as presented. First order of business tonight is the sheriff's report. We have nothing on the agenda. Is there anybody in the audience who would like to address the sheriff's representatives this evening? Okay, hearing none. Detective Connick, do you have anything?
Don't have anything.
We don't have anything. All right, we will go on and finish business, to which there's nothing. We'll go to news business, and it's false alarms. And we'll move adoption of new business number 1.
Second.
Discussion. Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Lena?
Yes.
Mr. Haas?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Gevasis?
Yes. And just a point of order, too. Apologize. Got ahead of myself there. I do want to recognize Sheriff George Meyer. He's in the the audience tonight. And I'd like to welcome him back, and we're looking forward to working with you over the upcoming months and years. Do you have anything that you want to?
Sure.
And I apologize for that, Sheriff.
I'll just take a couple minutes of your time. I
Sure.
just wanted to personally approach the trustees and apologize for all the drama that we've experienced in the sheriff's office over the last month or so, and give you my full commitment. I hope that it did not cause any inconvenience for the residents of Plain Township. But yet my commitment will continue to provide the services that we've provided in the past, and that is professional police services to the township. I also wanted to mention that we had talked in the past about having outposts for our sheriff's deputies, and we have one outpost, and I just kind of wanted to report on that tonight. I've talked to some of our deputies who certainly have appreciated the opportunity to have a place where they can get in and use the restroom, do reports, meet with residents, and it's worked out very well. So I want to continue to think in that direction. I think it's progressive thinking, forward thinking, that in the future that maybe we can look at other opportunities to have outposts in other parts of the township. So other than that, Merry Christmas to everyone, and a happy holiday to everyone, and have a safe holiday season.
Thank you, Sheriff. Just for the record speaking, I think that we had a discussion briefly a couple meetings ago about pursuing moving forward with the possibility of something in this side of the township without narrowing it down to a specific place. We could set up a meeting after the first of the year. Lisa, she'll be back, and then we could start talking about some different locations about the possibility over there. Like I said earlier, I'm looking forward to having you back at the sheriff's office and continuing forward a lot of the things and the progress that we made over the last 8 months and moving forward with those ideas. It's been a huge impact to the community.
Thank you, sir.
Let's go to new business. Oh, false alarms, I'm sorry. We did that already. I backed up. The second one is the oath of office and certificate of election. I'm not going to be sworn in tonight. I just wanted to give the fiscal office my certificate of election, my oath of office, and I believe, Anthony, I signed my bond.
That's correct. Thank you.
Sorry. Do you have my bond information?
Okay, your bond.
Okay. I'll make sure, I know my campaign treasurer has my certificate, so I'll make sure I get it to the office.
Yeah, just leave a copy on the 23rd.
Okay.
Or if I'm not here, leave it on.
23rd.
under new business, we will go to the fiscal officer report. Mr. Flex.
Thank you, Mr. President. Fiscal Officer number 1 is a request for a resolution by the Plain Township Board of Trustees, Stark County, Ohio, to authorize the payment of the pending warrant in the amount of $147,547.57 is attached.
Also move.
Second.
Discussion, hearing none, roll call please.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mr. Geovasis?
Yes.
Mr. Lino?
Yes.
Fiscal Officer number 2 is a request for a resolution by the Plain Township Board of Trustees, Stark County, Ohio, to authorize the payment of a regular payroll in an amount not to exceed $220,000.
Also move authority to pay.
Second.
Discussion, hearing none, roll call please.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mr. Geovasis?
Yes.
Mr. Lino?
Yes.
Fiscal Officer 2B is going to be a request for a resolution by the Plain Township Board of Trustees, Stark County, Ohio, to authorize the payment of the first regular payroll in January of 2014 in an amount not to exceed $220,000.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, hearing none, roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mr. Geovasis?
Yes.
And Mr. Lino?
Yes.
Fiscal Officer number 3 is going to be a request for a resolution by the Plain Township Board of Trustees, Stark County, Ohio, to authorize the following medical claims as provided by Healthcare.
So moved.
Second, hearing no discussion, roll call please.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mr. Geovasis?
Yes.
And Mr. Lino?
Yes.
Fiscal Officer number 4 is the investment report.
Any questions you can get with Mr. Flex on number 5?
Number 5 is a request for a resolution by the Plain Township Board of Trustees, Stark County, Ohio, to authorize a refund as follows for overpayments for emergency medical services requested by Ohio Billing.
So moved.
Second, any discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mr. Lino?
Yes.
Mr. Geovasis?
Yes.
Fiscal Officer number 6 is a request for a resolution by the Plain Township Board of Trustees, Stark County, Ohio, to authorize the fiscal officer to process utility bills for the end of the year. Since there's going to be a gap in the meetings, about 4 weeks, this will save us any late fees for utility bills that come in.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Is that Mr. Lino on the
I
second?
did, yes.
Mr. Geovasis?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mr. Lino?
Yes.
Fiscal Officer number 7 is a request for a resolution by the Plain Township Board of Trustees, Stark County, Ohio, to authorize the following transfers.
So moved.
I'll second it.
Discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mr. Lino?
Yes.
And Mr. Geovasis?
Yes.
Fiscal Officer number 9, Fiscal Officer number 8 is just essentially in regards to the Record Commission. We're going to meet one time this year. I talked to Lou, and we're going to meet on December 30th at 5:30 here at Township Hall. Fiscal Officer number 9 is a request for a resolution by the Plain Township Board of Trustees, Stark County, Ohio, to authorize the temporary appropriations for the year 2014 is attached here too and made part of the minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Mr. Lino?
Yes.
Mr. Geovasis?
Yes.
And Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
And that will conclude the fiscal officer's report for tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Flex. We'll go to the administrator's report. And we'll turn that over to Mr. Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Geovasis. Just one item to amend the resolution with regard to payment to ME Company. We had some overages, some overpayments, and it comes from the fund that's listed there, so we needed to do an amendment.
Also move Mr. 1.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Mr. Lino?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mr. Geovasis?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Williams. Go to the fire department. There.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, item I have on the agenda this evening is the occupancy permit that we received last week regarding the new fire station. And so all the permits were approved by the county.
That was the occupancy.
The occupancy permit that was approved by the county building inspector.
You guys have been rigorous in getting everything moved in last weekend. Is everything pretty well?
We were still moving things in today. We still have some items to move yet. Administratively, we moved into that building starting this past Monday, operating out of there. We're still obviously putting things away, unboxing things. So we are in there as far as administration. The firefighters, our tentative plan right now is December 23rd, Monday, 23rd, to get those guys up and running in the station itself. Try to complete and get around this week, through the weekend, to get that to happen. So, just also let the board know too that I've asked Rob to give our personnel for the website, update the website. We do have a notice on our door out here that we have moved administratively to that new address, so there is notifications going out locally here at the office here. Update our website for that.
And all of our phone numbers and stuff will stay the same because that's all IP, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Go to the Public Service Department.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, item number 1 is a resolution to authorize the purchase of gas, oil, and diesel not to exceed $4,028.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. Hearing none. Call, please.
Mr. Lino?
Yes.
Mr. Geovasis?
Yes.
Mr. Haas?
Yes.
Item number 2 is a resolution to authorize the purchase of salt from Cargill as needed for the remaining 2013 year.
Also moved.
Second. Any discussion?
Joe, just as a quick point of clarification, is this at the county pricing or is this at the state pricing?
County pricing.
Okay.
Roll call.
Mr. Lino?
Yes.
Mr. Geovasis?
Yes.
Mr. Haas?
Yes.
And item number 3 is to authorize the purchase of gasoline, oil, and diesel as needed for the remainder of the year 2013.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. Hearing none. Roll call.
Mr. Lino?
Yes.
Mr. Geovasis?
Yes.
Mr. Haas?
Yes.
Thank you.
May I ask any questions?
Sure.
How are we on the construction game? Are you guys able to handle it? Are we staying consistent?
We got to put in this time. The problem this past Saturday, there were many Christmas parties. And I didn't want to start telling everybody's car from the Christmas party, so we worked around a lot of them. We got a couple moved by the sheriff, and we should have hit more, but with all the Christmas parties going on, it was tough to...
Tough call there.
A couple times we have had people come out and move everything on one side of the road, which helped to look at our trucks.
With WHBC, I signed up for a password where you can go in on a link directly on their website, and I gave both of you guys a password once I get it.
Okay.
So whoever the acting board president next year for the rest of the winter, all they'll have to do is go into the WHBC website and put the password in, and they can put whatever closings that we may have or parking bans or those things of that nature. So I'll make sure I'll get that to both of you guys as soon as they email it to me, because there was a little bit of difficulty getting a hold of somebody.
First time, we had a tough time.
Night. Nobody was answering the phone. Okay, we will go to the zoning department, Mr. Falk.
Gentlemen, our zoning number 1 is a happy holiday wish to everyone here from Mrs. Mesker and myself. And thank you for working with us over the past year. And we're looking forward to starting off the new year ready to rock and roll like we have in the past. So once again, thank you to everyone, everyone here, Eric, Joe's groups, Don, Anthony, the whole crowd. So once again, thank you much and have a happy holiday season.
Thank you, Denny. Okay, we'll go to Parks Programming.
Gentlemen, the resolution before you is just to provide the minimum wage raise of $7.95 effective January 1, 2014 as per the federal minimum.
So moved.
Second. Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Lino?
Yes.
Mr. Haas?
Yes.
Mr. Geovasis?
Yes. nothing under the law director. We have one thing under communications. We have announcement from the Lions Club of Plain Township. It says, we are excited to announce that we are forming a new Lions Club in Plain Township. There will be 2 informational meetings at the Plain Township Hall located at 2600 Easton Street Northeast, Canton, Ohio, on Monday, January 27, 2014, and Monday, February 3rd, 2014. The meetings will start at 6:30 p.m. and end by 8 p.m. People are welcome to bring your spouse, relative, or friend and come learn more about the Lions Club organization, what they have to offer our community. Membership is open to men, women, 18 years or older. Light refreshments and drinks will be available. So anything under communications. So we will go to concerns, public speaks. Does anybody in the audience at this time have anything they wish to address the board? Okay, then we'll close public speaks. We'll go to concerns of trustees. And Scott added one thing at the beginning of the thing, and I have 2 things I would like to add after he's finished.
Guys, Monday, I was down at the county building for our County Land Reutilization Corporation meeting, and really as an update, the Moving Ohio Forward grant money had been extended to the end of May. Bringing that up because where we're at in our process, we're still working to establish the legal authority for the approved properties. We got till 17, and it was just brought up during that meeting, it was stressed by regional planning, who's administering some of the oversight, that we really need to make sure by the middle of January that we have that established. You know, we've committed $100,000 to the demo of blighted properties, and that's matched with $100,000. So essentially, we're going to have a $200,000 impact on leveling blighted properties, and that's going to help. Probably a little bit with some property values, but more so from a security aspect, just because those properties won't be there as a nuisance to attract individuals. So just for the record, whatever we got to do to help make sure in establishing legal authority, if we got to get behind something to help push it, let's make sure we know that. So that's.
Yeah, I've been working with Sarah Peters.
Okay.
One question on that, the one property on between the 12 and 1300 block and Middle Range, Denny, do you know if that is on the list? It's like 1230,
Yes.
1230.
Yes. It is the one I'm thinking of, the entry.
Okay.
On the east side of the street.
And those probably won't be taken care of till springtime, I'm guessing.
Well, the goal is to, the final date for notifications for objections to us regarding the demolition of any property is actually Christmas Day, December 25th. And then once that date is passed, we will then be advertising for bids for the demolition of the properties. As soon as those are ready, because we've done all the asbestos testing, we've notified people, and we put the legal ad in the paper, we sent certified mailings out. We have not had any objections to date, and then we've got 1 week to go. So after that, starting the first of the year, we'll put a bid out, and as soon as the bids come in, we can start taking them down.
There's one individual that owns the property adjacent to that one, Middle Range. He called me, and he is interested in purchasing the property once it's...
Good. Well, once the homes are demoed, then you can automatically put them into the side lot program.
Okay.
And essentially, that's the side lot program is administered down through Glenn Green, who's spearheading that on behalf of the board. So yeah, whether it's me or actually going right to Alan Zumbar's office, they've got a form that the individual would fill out. We'll be able to tell them, hey, here's the criteria.
And then,
Yeah, I can.
and
If you recall, a couple meetings ago, you gentlemen passed a couple of resolutions.
I just couldn't recall that address, I couldn't find it, so...
Right.
Because it's definitely in our best interest to get these things turned around with an end use, because I can tell you right now, when Lem's going through the properties, whether it's Alliance, Canton, Massillon, Perry Township, Lake Township, Plain, they're going to prioritize those properties where they know there's an end use. So, okay, hey, from the time it's demoed, paperwork submitted, we're reimbursed. You've got a property that it's sort of hot and boom, it's in another entity's or individual's hands. And I think for the documentation, it's like $100 conveyance fee. So, the only thing they're going to be responsible for moving forward then is the property taxes on it, along with the expectation that they maintain it, and so forth. So
I'll call him tomorrow and I'll give him your office phone.
That's fine.
He can call
We'll be
you.
happy to work with them on, and anyone else, regarding any of those side lots.
That was the only one I received a phone call on. Two things I want to add. The first thing I want to add, it's the last meeting of the year, and I personally want to thank all the staff, this front table, plus all the employees that aren't here tonight for a good 2013. We did have an election this year. Me and Scott both were fortunate enough to be reelected, and I personally feel that the reason why we are reelected, we get a lot of the credit. Our names are in the newspapers constantly, but the reason why we're reelected is because of the staff. It's because of the fire department, the road department, the zoning department, the sheriff's department, the parks, the way that everybody works together collaboratively to get things done and provide the people with the services that they expect is the reason why we're elected and we're reelected. And I don't discount that for a second. The reason why that I think that we're both still here is because of the job that everybody's done collectively in the administration and all the employees out there doing all the hard work to make sure things are getting done and the community is being run and maintained in the manner it's being handled in. With that said, our next meeting is until the middle of January. I think this is really going to be the farthest between our last meeting of one annual cycle going into a new annual cycle. And I'm going to ask for something a little bit out of order because of that period of time between meetings. I would like to move that we move up the election of officers for 2014 and elect the individuals effective January 1st. And I would make a motion that Scott Hawes be elected as president of the Plain Township Board of Trustees for 2014 effective January 1st. Anybody has a second?
I will second it.
Okay. No further discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Lino?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
yeah.
Mr. Geovasis?
Yes. No, I'm married. You can't write one out there.
And then
The fiscal officer scratching his head.
I got it. That'd be nice if Eric could type one up.
That's just two things we won't have to handle in the middle of January. We should get it out of the way today. North Canton, I know they would put theirs early too, so.
And then likewise, I'm going to make a motion to appoint Lou Geovasis as vice president of the board for 2014, unless Mr. Lino's got
I was just going to say that.
overwhelming desire.
You guys do a nice job.
Come on, you gotta do it once.
I'm very fine just sitting here and making my decisions when I have to.
Well, it was a little bit presumptuous on my part because I know how strongly Al has felt in the past. He does a good job at what he does, and he likes sitting over there and, making his decision and voting and doing what he does out in the community in between meetings and stuff like that. And, Al's never wanted, or sometimes, I think a couple times he has done it, I've twisted his arm behind his back. But I didn't mean to be presumptuous or anything else like that.
You guys do it pretty well.
So is there a second?
I'll second it.
Discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Mr. Lino?
Yes?
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mr. Geovasis?
Yes, and those will both be effective midnight January 1st. The record reflect that. Only thing left on the agenda is approval of the minutes, and I will so move their approval.
Second.
Hearing no discussion, roll call, please.
Mr. Geovasis?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mr. Lino?
Yes.
So there is a need for an executive session. Be hereby resolved by the Plain Township Board of Trustees, Stark County, Ohio, to adjourn to executive session at 7:26 p.m. from this regular meeting of December 17, 2013, as authorized by the Ohio Revised Code 121.22G for the purpose and consideration of 1A, appointment of a public employee or official.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Lina?
Yes.
Mr. Haas?
Yes.
Mr. Gevasis?
Yes.